and welcome to Your Choice 2020 General Election coverage on HOMTV. I'm Brandy Yates. Joining me for this candidate interview is Mark Polsdofer, the Democratic Incumbent Candidate for Ingham County Commissioner of the 12th District. Thank you so much, Mark, for being here. And at this time, we'd like to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself to the audience.
Thank you very much for having me, Brandy. I appreciate the opportunity to share some thoughts with you and viewers, and look forward to getting started here. My name is Mark Polsdofer. I'm a first-term incumbent as the Ingham County Commissioner for District 12, and I serve on the Law and Courts Committee and the Finance Committee. And in terms of background about me and what I feel makes me an ideal candidate, I've spent over 24 years working in government at various levels, much of it in and around the state legislature. Currently, I work in governmental affairs at the Michigan Department of Transportation, and this background has given me the opportunity of knowing when challenges come up, that, you know, how to figure out which parties to bring together to get things addressed. And I think I've done a pretty solid track record of that this past 2 years, and look forward to continuing that, representing Southern Meridian Township on the County Commission.
Thank you. Each 12th District Ingham County Commissioner candidate will be asked a standard list of 12 questions. We'll get started with question number 1. You did address this a little bit, but explain how your education and professional background make you an ideal candidate for Ingham County Commissioner. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, in terms of education, I got a bachelor's degree from Western Michigan University, and attended law school at Michigan State University School of Law. And again, background, I've got a great working relationship with the folks in Meridian Township, as well as our state representative, Julie Brixey, our state senator, Curtis Hertel, and a number of folks in the governor's office, as well as the governor herself. I think having those solid relationships helps when things come up and they need to be addressed, and they're not always neatly in one particular silo, because oftentimes you need to bring in different entities to get an issue addressed.
Question number 2. What do you believe are the needs of the community, and explain how you plan to meet those needs or expand upon those needs?
I think one of the primary needs for our community, both in Okemos as well as the entire county, is making sure we're taking care of resources while all of the challenges of COVID-19 have interrupted business as usual. And we've done a pretty good job, I believe, of addressing that. Our health department and health officer, Linda Vale, has really been an asset to both the county and the region in terms of guiding us through this unprecedented time. And I think I speak for everyone on the commission that we really rely on her guidance as we make policy changes to address the functioning of county government to properly serve our residents.
Question number 3. How would you prioritize the use of county funds, especially in the current economic climate and uncertainties surrounding COVID-19?
Serving on finance, it's been one of my top priorities to make sure that we are only spending what we need to spend and spending wisely. It's a priority of making sure that with the uncertainty of declining revenue while many businesses are not running at full capacity, that we don't know what the next year budget cycle will be. And as you know, government operates on a fiscal year, and we need to focus kind of on a two-prong approach. How we can preserve existing services, especially for those most in need, and also be thinking about the long term, that when we do get beyond the challenges of COVID-19, we're going to need to get businesses and schools and everything else back up to full capacity and running again. And we also need to think about the investments long term that will be required in order to make Ingham County and all of our local communities the kinds of places when businesses are looking to expand that they want to move to and people want to live in. And so it's really a two-prong approach, both short-term and long-term, on what we can do to promote and improve our community.
Question number 4. Please explain your thoughts on the business landscape and future developments in Ingham County.
I have been given the opportunity by my colleagues to serve on the board of directors for the Lansing Area Economic Partnership. And their primary focus is not just on Ingham County, but the Tri-County region. And it's expanding beyond that also. And it's very exciting to see people regionally coming together and having that focus. Again, we're somewhat in a holding pattern right now while we have all the limitations relating to COVID, but I do feel that we are in a competitive situation, in a competitive spot to be able to get our region promoted heavily when we get beyond COVID's limitations.
Question number 5. What major changes do you believe county residents would like to see in the near future?
One thing I think that is a continued priority is to expand the connectivity of the river trail system. As viewers may know, we've got an extension that's going to be coming from MSU's campus in a few different segments, connecting all the way up to Lake Lansing South. And the elevation project off Jolly Road is expanding. There's before that's completed, that's going to be connecting to the township trail system. And all of these things are a priority, I believe, for people to be able to have those recreational activities and help get people out and enjoying and connecting with each other.
Question number 6. Please comment on how you believe Ingham County should approach new or continued diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts.
Well, we recently passed the task force to look into racism and how we can get this addressed. Just last week, the committee was selected, and I plan to listen to those suggestions and watch what's going on with the hearings as they bring their information together. We were the first county to pass a resolution declaring racism to be a health crisis. And when you think about all of the challenges that go back decades, it's really something that we need to continue to address and make changes. And I'm excited to work with our racial equity task force to get those changes that they identified, to work with the departments at the county level and do what we can to make those needed changes, and not just stop there, but continue to advocate and reach out to other communities, businesses. You know, when that group comes up with some ideas, they aren't just going to apply to Ingham County. They're going to be ideas that we can share with the business community and other units of government. And I look forward to having those conversations and doing what we can to promote the issue and make sure that justice is truly applied equally, whether it's in the court system, policing, or numerous other things, financial interactions, everything else that have proven to be challenges for years and decades.
Question number 7. What role do you think Ingham County should play in regionalism? And more specifically, what ideas would you bring to promote or avoid regionalism?
I personally am a big fan of regionalism. I believe it's truly important. One of the reasons is, for example, the new McLaren Hospital that's being built is not in the 12th County Commission District, but when that gets completed, it's going to be changing the traffic patterns. And so I've been working with my fellow commissioners representing that area, as well as the mayor of Lansing, and we've had many conversations about how we can make sure that the infrastructure and public transit and other things are addressed leading up to that opening, to make sure that we're helping to alleviate the already bad traffic that backs up on Mount Hope as people come out of work, to improve, potentially pushing Bennett Road all the way through to have that be another east-west corridor. There's just lots of things locally that are beyond just the district. Now, in terms of larger regionalism, I think it's an important role to play that many people like and view the Okemos area as a good place to cite a business, like Wayfair and Jackson National Life coming here, and Delta Dental choosing to be here, and many others. It's important to realize that they don't come here in a vacuum. We are part of the greater Lansing community. And I have always been focused, prior to being elected, I was the chairman of the Ingham County Economic Development Corporation, and also served on the Brownfield Redevelopment Board. And those entities looked at issues and redevelopment of properties at the whole county level. And so I came into this, my first term, with that perspective of what needs to happen at the full county level. And again, serving on LEAP's board of directors, I get to hear about the challenges and accomplishments of what's going on in Clinton County and Eaton County, and we can all learn from this. And again, it's a draw. When we work together, we enhance the greater Lansing area, and that's where people pick up on, do they want to come to Lansing? They're not just thinking Charlotte, Okemos, St. John's. The draw is the greater Lansing area with a Big Ten university and a educated workforce.
So we have about 10 minutes remaining and 5 questions. So I just want to give you a little heads up there. Question number 8, what are your thoughts on how the county has handled environmental concerns?
I believe we have done a good job dealing with environmental issues. There has been some issue and controversy on different sides about moving forward with the Montgomery Drain Project, which is on the west side of Michigan State University's campus. But that is something I've been a proponent of. I think the level of overflow that comes into the Red Cedar River is unacceptable, and by addressing that and really changing the landscape and floodplain in that area, it's going to set us up to be much more environmentally sound and cut down what we've seen, which was the closing of businesses due to flooding. So those are investments that need to happen.
Question number 9, please address the condition of Ingham, wait, I'm sorry, I believe we just answered that. Nope, I was wrong, sorry. Question number 9, please address the condition of Ingham County's infrastructure. Go ahead, Mark. Did I just ask that question, Mark? I'm so sorry.
No, we can go right into it. Locally, we've seen many projects in the last few years, including the complete repaving of Jolly Road from Meridian Road now all the way over to Hagedorn. We do have others that, like Hewlett Road, that need to be addressed, which are a county road, and those are very much on my radar as needs to address into the future. I think we've done a good job, and I applaud our community for proving the millage for the fixed Meridian roads. That's really set us up to get a lot of those local streets addressed and repaved in the next 10 years, which, building upon what is happening on county level roads and what MDOT is working on in 2022, Grand River is going to be repaved. We're going to see our community through all 3 different jurisdictions and the investments that are happening. It's going to be a great setup for our community.
Question number 10. Explain the role new technologies and innovations can play in Ingham County.
As we deal with so many employees working from home, and also the constituents and businesses that are needing to figure that out, how to interact, we have been pretty adept at making sure that employees have the resources they need in order to stay safe, be productive, and work from home. Those challenges will continue into the future, and if there's a need that needs to be addressed that someone's had an issue with, I would encourage them to reach out to me.
Question number 11. How do you believe you would be a good representative for Meridian Township if elected to the Ingham County Board of Commissioners?
I have an open door policy. My cell phone is 734-604-0856, and I encourage folks to reach out to me if there's any issue that is of importance, or they just want to get a perspective on where things are at, or why I'm voting a particular way. So again, my cell phone is 734-604-0856, and I have an open door policy. And whether it's to report a pothole and have me follow up with the Ingham County Road Department, or there's an issue with community mental health, trees in the right of way, truly anything that might be of issue, I have been available, and when those issues are brought to my attention, I stay on them until they've been addressed. Again, I currently serve on finance and law and courts committees, and I look forward to continuing serving on those. I don't see myself wishing to change positions on those committees.
Question number 12, and our final question. What do you consider to be the top 2 challenges facing Ingham County today and in the future?
Today, our biggest challenge is making sure that we are delivering services in the best way possible for our citizens. Into the future, we have a challenge of a changing economy, and for example, I've been working with the Ingham County Facilities Manager with the new justice complex that's going to be under construction out in Mason. I've been working on some proposals to promote electronic vehicle charging stations both within the business community and potentially putting them onto county properties. I'm glad that we've got an agreement now, and we're working out details to put some electronic vehicle charging stations up front before ground is broken at the Justice Complex. I think one of the key things as we move forward is figuring out for our region, as the electric vehicle takes over, how we can work within the county framework to best position at the county level with our communities and both the businesses that serve our area, and get the infrastructure in place so people can look at this region as a progressive, future-leaning place to establish their businesses. One of the biggest challenges is going to be getting these empty office spaces back up and running, and getting people back in them, and all of that is going to continue a spin-off of getting our restaurants back to 100%, and all the other spin-offs that come with businesses locating here. And I want to continue that focus.
With a few minutes remaining, Mark, we'd like to give you this time to make your closing statement to our viewers.
Thank you again, Brandy. It's been my great honor to serve for the first term the past 2 years as County Commissioner for Southern Meridian Township. I've really enjoyed hearing from folks, and when they bring up an issue, I always jump right on it and try and get that addressed, from tree clearings to mailboxes being hit to anything else that has been brought to my attention. I follow up on it, and I make sure that their issues are solved and addressed. And if they have a particular concern, I listen to them And that hearing from them helps inform me on how to best represent them on the county commission. And again, if folks have any questions about the campaign or my work as an incumbent, or any kind of insight about what they would like me to be focusing on into the future, I encourage them to call me at 734-604-0856. Thank you again.
Thank you, Mark, so much for being here. And we want to thank the viewers for watching this candidate interview with Mark Polsdofer, the Democratic incumbent candidate for Ingham County Commissioner in the 12th District. I'm Brandy Yates, inviting you to watch live General Election Night coverage on November 3rd, right here on HOMTV. Thank you for watching.